Hey guys, welcome back. Now, it certainly is a challenging time for all crypto investors at the minute, with maximum fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market. Last week, I covered bear market strategies, proven ways on how to handle and profit from bear markets. A few days ago, we looked at why there could be another big crash to come, as Raoul Pal explained he sees a new wedge pattern forming. Now, I get a lot of comments asking me how I remain so calm while the prices are getting crushed, and for me it's quite simple as long as one thing happens. The crypto market bounces back and then doubles or triples its previous all-time high. And as long as that happens, then all of this right now is just temporary and actually a really good time to build up your stack at prices we may never see again. And so in this video, it's all about why I believe crypto is not dead and will be coming back bigger and stronger and will in fact dwarf the all-time high that was set in 2021. And so we'll be looking at the 2017 peak and then the crypto winter that followed as a good comparison. Then why this time is so different to what happened in 2017. And then we'll finish with my prediction for the crypto market. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like. Always appreciated. Okay, first up, as the crypto market has not been around for decades like the stock market, and in fact the first 5 years was really just the early tech adopters, I think a good place for comparison will be the 2017 top, followed by the big crypto winter. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, so the starting place is this 2017-2018 great run, and then we're going to take a look at the last massive crash, which happened over a long period. So this was the last crypto winter. Now, let me just zoom in, as this one was quite a painful period, coming down over a year. And I actually first got into crypto round about here. So talk about getting sucked into a bubble. I thought I was the best investor in the world. And interestingly, I actually started out with a crypto index fund as well. So I first bought Crypto 20 to get started. And very quickly, I had doubled my money, then went on to triple my money. And then it peaked out, I'd quadrupled my money. And I thought this investing stuff is pretty easy. And then this was one of the most painful experiences I had to go through, as it just kept crashing. And with bear markets, as it just goes deeper and deeper, and you just don't think it's ever going to stop. And if you remember, when we took a look at the psychology of a market cycle, it's not these big drops that get you. It's the final capitulation when it's just been going on for such a long time. You don't think you can lose more. And then there's just one last huge drop when the vast majority of people just say enough is enough. And if we look back here, this was going on for months and months and months. You've mentally kind of written off thinking you've lost all your money, and then you get this final drop, very painful to experience. But as it turns out, this was one of the best times you can buy. In the deepest, scariest drops are often the very best times to buy. As when you fast forward and you look what happened, if you were to buy in this biggest, scariest drop, you'd be very happy today, even after this crash. Now, the big point that I want to get across to everybody watching this is that in this last drop, there was nothing going on. Mentally, crypto was as good as dead. There was no institutions. There was no one adding Bitcoin as legal tender. There was no billionaires buying. There was nothing. Crypto was crashing. It was all retail. And mentally, the last crypto winter was so much harder to deal with. Now, what I'm going to show you next is why this time is completely different, and why I believe it's almost certain that crypto is not dead and will be coming back bigger and stronger than ever. Okay, first up, this is how much money is getting pumped into the crypto market. Global blockchain funding. Now notice in 2018, we're at levels like 0.7. And when you compare this to what is going on over the last few quarters, there is so much money going into crypto. Next, Warren Buffett-backed digital bank Nubank buys Bitcoin and adds trading in-app. Now, a few things just from this headline. First up, Nubank has actually launched the first ETF in Brazil. It's that bank. And funnily enough, second, Warren Buffett, arguably the world's greatest investor, says he's against Bitcoin, but is invested in the bank that launched the Bitcoin ETF. Also, Nubank has added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Banks adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, as well as making trading to the public. So many things going on from one headline. Next, this is Bitcoin's hash rate. And yes, this was the big China exodus, but where is the current crash that just happened? It's barely a blip on the radar. Bitcoin is as strong, as secure as ever before. A great signal. Next, we have Emirates, a prestigious high-end airline, announcing they're going to be adding Bitcoin as a payment service. And I could literally add dozens and dozens and dozens of companies that are now adding Bitcoin as a payment service. Next, Goldman Sachs only recently made their first ever Bitcoin-backed loan. Global investment banks only now getting into crypto. And the same for BlackRock, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. They're all just launching their products and bringing them to market right now, recently. Next up, we have Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. In 2017-18, she was calling crypto a scam and to be avoided. And now, most recently, 2022, she's saying crypto is transformative and sees the benefits, which then leads into all the different US senators and governors all tripping and falling over themselves to be the most crypto friendly. There was none of this in 2017, 2018. This is just one list of a string, all clamoring to be the most crypto friendly. Then we have the Bitcoin ETFs that went live. Canada decided to pull the trigger first, launching the first Bitcoin ETF. Then we had an ETF go live in Brazil. We've had various ETPs going live in Europe. And then very recently, Australia launching their own Bitcoin ETF. And obviously, all eyes on the United States. This is the big one, the Mac Daddy, and it still hasn't gone live yet. Incredible developments since the last crypto winter. Then there's a great website here, buybitcoinworldwide.com, Bitcoin Treasuries. Now check this out. In 2017-2018, there were 0 companies adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Now, there's not just a couple, but just look at how many companies have added either Bitcoin or Ethereum or others to the corporate balance sheet. It is a huge list and it just grows every single month. And then check this out, countries and governments that own Bitcoin. Did you know Bulgaria has bought Bitcoin? Ukrainian government? We all know about El Salvador, but also Finland, Georgia, a growing list of countries and governments, which is crazy. And then we have all the private companies owning Bitcoin. Again, another big long list of private companies that also own it as well. Then we've got this build-up, as we saw, of the ETFs and ETPs all around the world. New ones popping up every single month. So the developments this time is just crazy good. Then, just a couple of days ago, we had the president of El Salvador saying that he's going to be meeting with 32 central banks and 12 financial authorities across 44 countries, and he'll be explaining the big benefits that have happened to El Salvador since including Bitcoin, and this is the list of people that will be attending. Now, just scanning through this, there's lots of different countries in Africa, but then we've also got Egypt and Jordan, we've got Pakistan, we've got Bangladesh. So this is mega adoption coming all around the world. And then let's not forget, crypto is growing as quickly, if not faster, than the internet did. So currently it's about 300 million users, and over the next couple of years, they'll be adding another 300 million users as we launch quickly to 1 billion people. And this is all new people, but just think there's 300 million people that, although yes, they may have sold a lot of crypto recently, they all now understand crypto, they've seen crypto, they've owned crypto, they have a wallet. And what do you think will happen when crypto begins to take off again? All the existing people, this existing user base, many of which will be jumping on board. So going back to the peak in 2018 and the last big crypto winter, my big prediction is this. Now at this point you may have thought, how can crypto ever get back to these prices? It was so high, if I just sold at the top, everything would be good. But now at these levels, how is it ever going to recover? But then look at what happened. We went into the next cycle, and then this is where we ended up. And now, compared to where it's been today, this last peak, it looks almost flat. It doesn't look as big and as scary after all. And my big prediction is that when we go into this next cycle, this is going to look like this. It will be so much bigger, so much stronger, that we'll look back at this time like we're looking back at this and saying, man, why didn't I buy more when it was down? Right now is certainly a very challenging time for all crypto investors, with maximum fear, uncertainty and doubt going on in the market. However, for all the hodlers out there, this time is completely different when compared to the last crypto winter, for the better. In 2018, when crypto was all crashing down, there weren't any institutions buying crypto. There wasn't any big billionaires saying they've bought crypto. There wasn't any countries that had made Bitcoin legal tender. There wasn't JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, BlackRock all launching crypto products. And so the reason I feel so confident about crypto is that even though our portfolios are getting absolutely smashed right now, it is the sheer amount of development going on in the background. And in my eyes, it's as close to certain that crypto will be bouncing back and become bigger than ever. The biggest difference this time is, instead of feeling mentally crushed, totally unprepared, and mentally having to write off that I've lost all my money in crypto, this time I will be buying in the biggest, scariest drops and trying to execute Buffett's advice of being fearful when others are greedy, and right now, greedy when others are fearful. FYI, I did buy in the last big flash crash when Bitcoin hit $27,000. Now, I just have to finish this video saying I could totally be wrong. This is very high risk, high reward investing, and I am mitigating my risk by buying the entire top 20 cryptos through an index fund, Crypto 20, as this way the whole market would have to disappear, not just a single coin or token. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me, what do you think right now? Are you feeling bullish, feeling bearish? Let me know below. But for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed, click below and join us. Got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.